Welcome back to another episode. It's your girl Sierra.
And I'm your girl Glenna.
And this is our show, Nothing But, where we say shit that you're too scared to say out loud. Remember, we are not professionals. We just talk about random stuff. Sometimes we pull a subject. Sometimes we already know what we're talking about. Say our opinions. That's about it.
But if you want real talk and some laughs, then this is a place to be. This episode is not going to be laughs, though. It's going to be a little bit different. Our trending topic is going to kind of segue into what we're going to talk about tonight. Trending topic is the North Forsyth killing or the stabbing of a little boy. Very tragic. Mm-hmm. We're not going to speak on that subject because we don't know anything about it. I think it's still like an ongoing investigation, whatever. Don't really know anything about it. But our topic for tonight is going to be bullying in school and school violence. So it's not going to be a laughing night, but it's going to be something that I think maybe you want to hear about. I think the reason that we want to do it is because between the two of us, we have 5 young black males in the school system, getting ready to go to school and stuff like that, which, you know, as the way society is now, they already are behind an 8 ball. They're already stigmatized as you know, the black male figures anyway. So it's kind of like a subject that Sierra and I are pretty passionate about. So that's what our topic is going to be for tonight.
And my kids are smaller. Granted, stuff happens in all ages, in all elementary. I think my mama was telling me something about a little elementary child bringing a knife to school or something like that. She just told me this like 2 days ago. Glenna's grandsons, one is in high school and one is in middle school.
Elementary school.
Yeah. So when they, like, the one that's in high school especially, he's at the point to where, you know, these are bigger kids. They are around a lot more. They know about a lot more stuff. You know, they see a lot more stuff. And it's more prone for stuff to happen in high school. As far as I know, a lot of the stuff that's happened has been like in high school.
Right.
So it's like when they get that age, it's really scary. You like think to yourself like, dang, do I want to have my child in school?
Right. I mean, I try to talk to both of them. I take both of them to school in the mornings. So, I mean, to the bus stop, one to school, one to the bus stop. I try to talk to them every morning, especially talk to them the day after this happened at this North Forsyth High School. I told both of them that I think that situation, in my opinion, I think that situation could have been prevented if somebody had went and got some kind of teacher, some kind of parental person in the school, the police officer that stays in the school, something. I told him, I said, I would rather for you to be known as the snitch that saves somebody's life than for you to be known as the person that stood around and sat around and watched it happen.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of things could have been different. I don't think it was necessarily something that should have happened and it could have been prevented, I think. But I think, like Sierra said, just a couple of days ago, I learned that in schools they have pop-up metal detectors. I guess they don't have enough money to have metal detectors in every school. So my grandson that is in high school, he said they'd have pop-up metal detectors. And he said that, I guess, I don't know if you can see them when you get off the buses at the school or not, but he said that these kids, that if they see these pop-up metal detectors, that they leave school grounds. They don't even go into school. They just leave school grounds, go to like one of the stores or department stores or whatever across the street and stuff like that, and they don't even go through the metal detectors because I guess they know that they've got something on them.
When Glenna told me, I was like, what do they got on them?
Well, I'm assuming that either some kind of weapon, maybe they've got vapes, maybe they've got weed or drugs or something like that on them. They've got to have something on them that's going to get flagged, And he said that, when the metal detector does go off, they have wands that they wand them down with. But he said that normally that if they see that there is one, it's a pop-up, that they don't even go in school. They just skip school for the day.
And that's sad that kids are even doing stuff. When I was in school, I don't remember it being this many incidents of stuff. Now, granted, it was a lot of fights.
Right.
When we was in school, people would just fight. I mean, that's all it was. It wasn't nobody bringing knives and guns and doing all that crazy stuff. I mean, but it's just like getting really extreme. And it's just like, what is happening? And why is your child, when your child is being bullied or when your child is going through stuff, like, are they telling you and you're just ignoring it? Or are they just not telling you?
I've been in it firsthand. Last year, my youngest grandson, who is in elementary school, had an incident in the bathroom with an older child. I think my grandson was in like the second, third grade, and then the older child was like in the fifth grade. It happened. I don't understand how kids different ages get in the bathroom at the same time to start with. I don't know what the bathroom has to do with it. Everything always happens in the bathroom. I guess because you're not because you're not monitoring in the bathroom. I guess. When I was in school, and granted, it was a long time ago. When I was in school, you stood outside of the bathroom until one person came out and you went in. I mean, it wasn't like a big group could get together in the bathroom, like 10, 12 people or whatever. You couldn't do that back then.
I mean, there are videos of this incident going around, and it was a bunch of people in the bathroom.
Exactly. So you couldn't do that back when I was in school. You had to wait. I mean, how many stalls was in the bathroom was how many people was in the bathroom.
Okay.
Which I think that maybe they should get back to that. Maybe there needs to be a monitor at the door, and can't that many people go in the bathroom at one time.
That is where most of the stuff happens. In the bathroom, in the locker room.
So when it happened with him, I was the first one to the school besides his mom, and so when I got there, they don't give you a lot of information either. They won't give you information about the other person. They only want to pertain to your child and what happened to them. And when you start asking questions about, what happened to the other person, or, did those parents come here, or are
they want you to pull up to the mama or the daddy house? They don't want to they don't want to start more drama.
Right.
Because some parents do go a little berserk and they want to fight the parents.
Right. So they said, we can't discuss that part with you. We're just going to discuss what happened to your child and blah, 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 blah. Which made me even more aggravated because I want to make sure that this older child got in trouble or is getting disciplined for jumping. I mean, not jumping. I don't know what. It wasn't a big altercation, but I think it was like a little pushing match, shove, maybe try to jack one of them.
As a fifth grader, why are you even messing with a second grader?
Exactly.
Like, so what are you doing?
Exactly. So they weren't trying to give out a lot of information and stuff like that. So it's pretty aggravating. I think the older they get, I think that it gets worse because I mean it's more violent to start with, and now you've got weapons involved in it.
And there's always some friends that's like egging it on.
Right, you got a little hype man going on, trying to hype it all up. Yep. And so you just, to me, it's an ongoing battle that I want to make sure that my two grandsons are in school and everything's okay.
Right.
They're not getting picked on, they're not getting bullied and stuff like that. My oldest is a very quiet child. We have always told both of them that you don't pick a fight with somebody, but you don't, if somebody's in your personal space, and we tell them their personal space is when they hold their arm out. Anything in between your arm and your body, it's your personal space. They need to back up.
If I can reach out and touch you, then you was in my personal space.
Exactly. Yes, so you need to not be in your personal space. If you feel threatened, you have the right to defend yourself.
Right.
And I will back you 100%. I will stand behind either one of them. If you're defending yourself or so you feel threatened by somebody, I want you to be able to defend yourself. Yes. The oldest one, he is very, like I said, he's very quiet. He's laid back. But I am 100% positive that if somebody did something to him,
it would go left.
It would go left. The youngest one, I have no doubt. He's just like his mom.
It's up there and it's stuck there.
Oh,
it's on.
If it's on and popping. He's going in 100%. He's in it to win it. He's going to be the one trying to come out on top. Yeah, it's green light. That's all it is. He takes back after his mom. So
Lord.
it just it really does. So I have no doubt in that. But I'm just even though that they're quiet or they might not start it, there's other kids
there
in
are
school
other kids that will start some mess.
that want to be intimidated. They try to
Yes.
intimidate you. And I don't get that at all.
I don't even get
I mean,
that.
go to school. You're there to learn.
Yeah.
Why do you go in school or either be violent or try to bully the teachers?
Yeah. Hitting the teachers is crazy.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
what in the world? I would never.
I-
My parents taught me, like, no, we're not even doing that. No. Respect your elders.
Yes.
It ain't no hitting. I never even thought to hit a teacher. I mean, that's just crazy.
I don't even know where that came from.
I don't even know where
I don't
that
even
came
understand
from.
in this day and time, how do you think it is okay for you to act like you're going to fight a teacher?
The most, when I was in school, is we would have that one kid or somebody in the class that the parent or the teacher would threaten to call your parents and they would say so.
Oh,
I wasn't that child because, no, I mean, I'd rather you not call mom, but I wasn't like a bad child, so I can't really say. But I'd rather you not call my mama or daddy.
oh, you threatened to call my mom or daddy one, and I'm turning into an angel.
It was so many times that my mama told me, if I have to get off of my job
Oh,
and come to that
my
school,
God.
then it's going to be a problem. And I understood that very well.
Oh.
Like, I do not want my mama getting off work coming to my job. I mean, coming to my school. No, because then I'm be embarrassed.
It wouldn't get me embarrassed. I wasn't going to be embarrassed.
I was going to be getting embarrassed.
I was going to have my ass whooped. I might not have got it whooped at school, but I would have got my ass whooped when I got home. My mama didn't play like. First of all, let me just tell you. First of all, I went 12 years of school and did not miss any days. I got 12 years of perfect attendances. But it was because of my mom. She was the disciplinary in our family. She said that you went to school every single day and you tried to stay. At least a half a day. You tried to stay, maybe you felt better or whatever. She said that if she ever had to get off of her job to go, just like your mom, if she ever had to get off her job to come to school, it needed to be the absolute.
You need to be dying.
Yes, and then when you got home, it wouldn't have. Oh, then I'm okay. I can
Yeah,
wait.
laying
No,
in the bed, and now you just chilling, watching TV.
no. You were laying down
Yeah.
with some orange juice and crackers, some saltine crackers and orange juice. I can remember, or some saltines and ginger
Yes.
ale. It wouldn't go home and play after you got home.
Oh,
No.
Lord.
So I mean, I was scared of my mama.
Times are very different now because
Please don't call
I
my
have
mama.
seen people keep their kids out of school just because they're like, oh, well, they can get a day off today. Like, oh, I have seen, it's just, I mean, I get it, if they don't feel good or if it's a lot, like it's been a busy week or something like that. But like, just because, I think especially when they're like in high school, that's when they really don't need to miss days because that day that they miss can be an important day, something that they miss.
Right.
So it's like I think I missed maybe like one day when I was in high school, maybe, but I didn't miss a whole lot of days. My mama she wasn't going for that. After me and my sister graduated, it didn't matter. My brother and sister, it didn't even matter. They missed school days. It just once we graduated, everything else was like out the window. We was finished. Now they just waiting for the other two to finish. So it's like we had like all the strict rules. Once we graduated, all the strict rules were tossed out the window, and it didn't really matter. Because my brother probably got it the easiest out of all of us. Missed days, got in trouble, got away with it. It was Ishmael got all kind of stuff. Just it didn't matter.
So he missed days and stuff like that. I think that we turned out very well.
Yeah, turned out fine.
So then, what happens? Whose responsibility is it now when kids are doing what they're doing? The instances at Forsyth High School. Whose responsibility?
I blame the parents.
Who does that?
I blame the
How
parents.
does a child get to that point to where it's okay to do that in high school?
I blame the parents because I understand that, there might be a time when your children get into a fight at school. I never got into fights when I was at school.
I didn't either.
So I don't know even if somebody like had an issue with me, which I can't remember if anybody had an issue with me enough to want to fight me, because me and my siblings, we all were tall and big. Nobody ever really dealt food with us like that.
See, that was me too. Everybody wanted to be my friend.
It was like I never really had to deal with that. But I also knew, like, school, you don't come to school to be fighting and stuff. Like, it's not the place for that. And
but how do they see it at home, or is it video games that the kids are watching that they feel like they can do it?
Your friends
peer pressure.
You, yeah, peer pressure.
Okay, but so even if it's peer pressure, then that means that some child's parent is either letting them do that at home or letting them pretty much do whatever they want to do, and they have no control over them, or something. I mean, I don't
necessarily say that because, like, say for instance, you have a child, they go to school and they have a group of friends, and they, something they got into it with somebody, and they don't necessarily want to fight them. But here go the friends, they're like, oh, well, you a punk if you don't want to fight them. You a pussy. Like, all this. Like, that's what guys do. Like, oh, if you don't fight them, you ain't gonna look. You gonna look like you just a little peon. Like, little stupid stuff. Like, and that'll make a person, especially if you are like the hyped up friend of the group and you're like kind of popular. It'll make you kind of want to, okay, well, maybe I should fight him because if I don't fight him, I'm gonna look bad. I think it really all boils down to peer pressure because, I mean, just because everybody don't be fighting at home. Like, I don't think or maybe watching TV.
And I get that, but I mean, these kids brought weapons to school.
Listen.
I mean, well, and it's not just that. The kids nowadays bring weapons to school.
And from what I do not know. Again, we do not know any of this situation. We don't know any details. But from what I have heard, okay, this is just what I have heard. The little boy that died, he was being bullied. And there are videos everywhere, okay, on the internet.
Oh, it's all over social media.
And looking at the video, the little boy was in the bathroom and he got ran up on. Mm-hmm. So it's like just looking at it from that perspective, maybe he knew that somebody was going to try to fight him that day. Maybe he was scared.
Right.
And maybe that was just like his first thought. The only thing that I could think of why he brought it was because he was scared. And he probably plays video games. And he sees stuff. He done seen stuff. And he thought, well, let me bring a knife. Because I can tell y'all from this one situation, and this was a very long time ago, when I was dealing with this guy. I was dealing with this guy, and I had found out that this was when I was an adult. I was not in school. But I was dealing with this guy, and I found out that he was messing. Like, he basically had a whole girlfriend.
Right.
But we had been talking for probably about maybe like 2 months. Maybe a little bit longer than that. I really can't remember, but it was a little bit. And I found out that he had a girlfriend. But I was supposed to be his girlfriend as well. So one day, and he stayed like literally right up the street from my mama. So one day I walked up there, but I felt in my soul that it might have been a chance that he was with his girlfriend. And from what I found out about the girl, she stayed in a neighborhood that was not that good of a neighborhood. So I seen a piece of broken glass on the ground on my way home. I mean, on my way walking up there. Mm-hmm. And I put it in my pocket while I was walking up there. Like, just off of a thought in my head, like, okay, if the girl is up here, she might try to do something to me, so let me at least protect myself.
Right.
And that's what I did in that moment. I was grown. Okay, no, granted, when I got there, no, he wasn't there. Nobody was there, so I didn't even have to, nothing even transpired. But that's what went on in my head as I was walking up there. So I can only imagine him, a child, he going to school, and he know, like, when he get to school, somebody is going to be coming looking for him. Like, he knew that.
Okay. I mean, I understand that. So, but it all boils down to still this bullying thing.
Yeah, he was getting bullied. He was getting bullied, or The bullying is just, I don't even.
But why don't
understand
you tell? I mean, I understand that like I said, these little boys these days, they have different values or different ideas or whatever. Why can't you tell your parents that you're getting bullied at school and let them help you deal with
But
it?
why can't you tell somebody at the school?
Exactly.
Don't
Why?
they have like a what is that?
A resource officer or something,
Something
or
like that,
or a guidance counselor.
Guidance counselor.
Yeah,
Don't they have that?
they have those, but I think these little boys are too scared to go tell them because I think they're going to look like punks or whatever. I would much rather have a punk than a dead grandson or a dead child or something like that.
Yes.
I want them to, I want them to be able to tell somebody if they're getting bullied.
Right.
So either myself, their mom, a guidance counselor, a teacher, a SRO officer, something can take care of the situation. Help them figure out what it is. Get them in a room and say, look, this is going to stop.
Yeah. Or if it doesn't stop, I'm pulling my child out of school, or something has to happen, I'm going to call the board or something like that, because y'all are not doing anything.
Exactly. I mean, I know that I know that teachers, there's a shortage of teachers, and you know that they can only do so much, and there's so many kids and stuff like that. But there has got to be a way that you're going to be able to send your children to school and know that they're going to be safe.
But the sad thing is that there have been situations where stuff has occurred and there were adults that knew about it, but nothing happened.
Exactly.
Until it was too late. So it's like, you really never know if you're even telling the right adult. Because you can tell an adult and it get to where it needs to go, but nothing happens.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know if it's just like some kids have seen things and they just don't have faith in adults. They don't think that anything is really going to happen, or some kids just don't care about adults. They feel like adults cannot tell them anything and adults don't have any kind of power. Like, some kids just don't care.
But that goes back to their parents. Then that goes back to where either the parent is not showing enough concern or to be in their life or to try to see what's going on with them. They're just kind of letting them just go and be on their own and figure it out on their own. You can't do that. You have got to be able to talk to your kids and see what's going on. I mean, I'm not saying being all up in their business and stuff like that. But you got to be involved too. You got to have that you got to have that line of communication open to where they feel comfortable coming and telling you, hey, I'm getting bullied, or what's going on in school, or whatever's happening, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you got to keep that line of communication open to where they feel comfortable enough to come tell you that.
Right. And some kids don't feel comfortable.
No,
Some kids
you're exactly right. I
comfortable.
mean, if you can't feel comfortable telling your parents, then you're sure as hell not going to feel comfortable enough telling the teacher or a guidance counselor or a resource officer or anything like that in school.
You're not going to want to tell an adult. You don't even want to tell the person that you see every day.
Right. You're just going to keep it to yourself and just keep getting bullied by that person that is just making your life miserable.
Right.
Until it leads up to
the
violence or somebody dying or something like that, or somebody in jail. Then everybody wants to get involved in it and try to take accountability
until something violent is happening.
Exactly. Nobody tries to nip it in the bud to start with.
Because this could have been nipped in the bud if they had metal detectors every day.
Right.
Not just pop-ups.
Right. And I mean, it's not even just that. I mean, it's the police officers too, Sierra. I mean, I think sometimes that the police officers see who it is and they just assume, okay, you were at fault.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's what we said to start with. I mean, we have 5.
And we got a long way to go.
A long way. And I mean, I just think that sometimes it's the authority figures too that want to assume that who's at fault in anything that happens and don't try to hear anybody's side in it, or, you know, just that bothers me too.
That bothers me too. Because they just assume, not even knowing, like, this child is not even a violent child.
Exactly.
Like what made you think that this child was the one that instigated this?
Right. But just because they're young and black, then they're automatically the one that's the aggressor or the one that started it, or just that bothers me.
It does
bothers me a lot.
It's kind of like, what's that, racial profiling type of deal?
Yeah.
And it's like, these are kids.
Right.
It's like, what in the world? Where do people's minds be at when they racially profile children?
Yeah. So I'm going to tell a quick story. It just happened to my daughter recently too. An incident where I think that there was some accusations going on about some stuff that's happened. My daughter's not the type of person to do anything that she was accused of either. But because of her being biracial also, I think that that had a lot to do with what happened too. I raised her and I raised my grandchildren the same way, that you don't bring up, because they are biracial, that a race card is not something that you throw out lightly. I mean, you have to definitely see that that's what's happening before you say that I think that this is racism. Mm-hmm. So it's not something that, you know, that they, or I have taught them to do lightly. Mm-hmm. So for my grandsons and my godson mm-hmm. and the other two mm-hmm. to be profiled like that really bothers me. And so then when they get in school, then it turns into the same situation unless you do talk to them and keep up with it.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's just important to, you know, inform your children, talk to them.
Yes.
You have to be really involved in your children's lives, even if that's just you know, having little conversations with them about stuff that you know, went through. Just want to tell them stuff just so it can be for their own good.
Right.
You know, let them know everything. The world is not perfect, and for us, you know, our children, our grandkids and stuff, they are a target always.
Right.
So it's like you just have to, you know, be very aware of what's happening and talk to your kids because they don't know their children.
And you don't know what's going to happen during the day. When you let them out of your sight, you don't know what's going to happen at school.
You don't know what's going to happen.
I always tell my grandsons, I love you. Have a good day. Mm-hmm. Every single day when they leave my sight mm-hmm. to go to school.
As you should. Because you never know if your child is coming back home.
Exactly.
Evidently, you have to really be wondering, like, it's when you're at work and you hear like news, daily news, something happened at so-and-so school, and now you like wondering like, oh, was it my child's school?
Right.
Now you're just like running frantic trying to make sure it wasn't your child. If it was your child's school, now you really like worried, trying to make sure, trying to call who you got to call. Because I don't know, do they got phones?
They've got phones. Well, the oldest one has a phone. Mm-hmm. The little one don't. But
no,
yeah, the oldest one
phone,
do.
But I don't let him take it to school because he lost it one time, and that was the end of that. But but I just.
I decided it was funny to call 911 one day.
Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. You know, I know well about the 911 phone call.
He said he just dialed it and didn't think it would still come. He said he didn't press send, but he just dialed the numbers. I think it was just to be funny. Mm-hmm. I was like, don't do that again.
For real.
That's not something you need to do.
But yeah, it's just talk with your kids. It's so easy to talk with your kids.
Be involved with them. See what's happening.
You don't have to lecture your kids for everything. Everything doesn't have to be a lecture. Everything doesn't have to be you preaching to your children. Because that's when I was younger, I did not like telling my parents stuff. I did not want to come to them and talk to them about stuff because I did not want to be lectured.
Right.
And everything is not a lecture.
No.
I understand that you are an adult and that you have experienced things, but as a parent, it is your job to make sure that your children does not have the same experience as you.
I agree.
It's like, I don't want my children to not want to talk to me.
Right.
I want my children to want to tell me anything.
Right. But be a parent. You are not their friend.
You are not the friend.
You are their parent. You are the one that's responsible for them getting through life mm-hmm. until they are able to get through life on their own. Mm-hmm. I've got a 30-some-year-old. I don't know how old she is now. 33, I think.
Oh, Lord.
91.
Jesus
I don't even
Christ.
know how she is now. Anyway, my whole point being is I am still a mom.
Still parenting.
You're still parenting. That never stops. Once you're a parent, it doesn't stop until one of you have passed away. So, yeah, just stay in your kids' lives. Mm-hmm. Talk to them. Let them know that you are the safe space.
Yes.
You are the one that has their back in anything that happens.
I'm the go-to.
You are the go-to.
I don't want to be the last option.
Right. You are the first option that they can come tell you or do anything. It might be bad, but you still have their back and you will work through anything.
Yes. So I think we're going to wrap it up, and that's going to be our last message.
Yes.
Make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And please keep watching our stuff.